Hey, my friend, welcome to my studio. I have a very quick message that I just need to share with you. I got this download and I felt like, please talk about this to your people. Let them hear this word. So, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, my friend, slow down into this moment, relax into this moment. The words were very clear and simple. You can have everything you're dreaming about right now. You can have it all. You can become all of that. You can have it all, my friend. But there must be a change that is not big. It's a very simple change that you will need to accomplish in you. And it's a change in how you feel. So I will not go into emotions, but what I always receive these downloads this way, like just move beyond lack into the awareness that you are the source, you are coming from the source, you're the extension of the source. And as soon as you remember once again that you are the source, you're coming from the source, you're the extension of the source, you awaken a memory. And this memory may be very simple, like you've chosen to come here. And as soon as you start contemplating on these thoughts, you will receive more thoughts because it's a magnet. Your thoughts are magnets for more thoughts. That's why it's very important to be aware of what we think. So when you recognize you've chosen to come here, you've chosen to come here with an intention to have incredible experiences, to fulfill your needs, to manifest your desires, to enjoy in your desires, to share your joy with others, to share your passions and excitements with others, and to experience richness of this life and richness of experiences and richness of joy and abundance and all of that. You came here for this. But you've been programmed, like we all have been programmed and conditioned into forgetting why we came here, forgetting that we are coming from the source, from abundance, from wholeness and completion. So we think we are incomplete, we think we are missing something, we think we are lacking something, and that's what separates us from understanding of who we are. So when people talk about authenticity, they talk about awareness. Yeah, you are a unique particle of source, of God, and this unique particle can be expressed in unique ways. Only you can find out how it can be. Like you see my paintings behind me. Oh, we are rhyming again, right? So when I make paintings, I share my unique visions that I see in my mind's eye. And you know how many times I receive messages that say to me, you know, I had a near-death experience and I saw these same pictures that you're painting. Or people say, I had a vivid dream tonight and I saw a picture that you painted. You see, all of that is coming from the same place we are coming from. But here on this physical plane, we forget. And when we forget, we think we are small. And when we think we are small, we think we are powerless. And when we think we are powerless, we think we have no power, right? And when we think we have no power, we become victims. And when we become victims, we start looking outside of us as we are out of control. And when we feel we are out of control, we feel victims of circumstances. And when we feel victims of circumstances, well, then life is hard, right? But your life doesn't need to be hard. You just need to rise beyond this feeling of separation. And it's not a hard thing to do. If you're listening, my friend, let me know if you're listening, because when I say listening, I don't mean, yeah, I've heard these words. No, listening means truly feeling what I'm saying, so then you can implement these words in your life and you can rise like a warrior spirit, like a phoenix bird, or whoever feels strong and powerful and capable. That's who you are, my friend. Remember that. That's who you are. So how to rise beyond lack? How to rise beyond separation? Well, firstly, remember that you're not separate from anything you desire. It's like, a radio, radio signals or TV streams signals, whatever. They are there, music is there playing, but if you're not tuned into it, you can't hear it, right? If you're not tuned into the frequency of joy, of capability, of abundance, You will not see it. No, you will feel the lack of it. But as soon as you decide, oh, right now, what is in abundance in my life? Oh, right now, what can I be joyful about? Oh, right now, what can I be relaxed about? Or what can I relax into right at this moment? What can I relax into? Like knowing that I'm alive. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Knowing that I can grow through this situation, knowing that I'm capable of figuring things out, knowing that I can trust, knowing that I'm guided, knowing that at the right time, the right thought or the right idea will find me. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that sounds good, right? Knowing that I'm just before the breakthrough, knowing that I am the breakthrough, knowing that, yeah, wisdom was planted into my heart and my only job is to move from mind to heart, right? And knowing these things gives you courage, it gives you power, it gives you strength. Mind goes like, I don't believe that, no, my life is hard, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is your mind, this is your ego. You can listen to it like a little kid. You know, there's a part of you that's still childish, that never grew up because no one acknowledged that part of you. So you've neglected it. And it still feels like a small you somewhere within you. That's why it's so important to listen to your mind, to listen to your thoughts, but don't be defined by it, don't be identified with it, but actually notice, yeah, it's a part of my journey, yeah, I've been through it, yeah, I've been hurt, I've been through all of that, but it doesn't mean I'm separate from source, from God, from universe. No, it just means there's still something I'm maybe growing through. There's still something I'm kinda, learning about and healing. But healing doesn't need to be a painful journey. It doesn't need to be a phase of suffering. No. Suffering just tells you don't accept something that is happening as a part of evolution and unfolding of what you want to see. But actually, everything that is happening right now is a part of unfoldment of your desires. But if you don't believe that your desires are unfolding, and this reality right now is actually in delay because what you're experiencing is the product of who you were in the past and who you are today in your state of being, not in your circumstances, but in your state of being, who you are right now in your state of being, which means in your thoughts, emotions, and actions. In your thoughts, emotions, and actions, my friend, in your thoughts, emotions, and action, that's your state of being, and who you are in your state of being right now is what is creating the reality that is about to unfold. So don't be so defined by what is present right now because it's constantly unfolding like a river. It's just unfolding. Your job is to relax into this moment. Your job is to notice that you don't know how things will work out because you can't know. But you can develop a belief that can say to you, the best always finds me, and everything that is happening for the greatest good because life supports me, life has my back. And as soon as these fearful thoughts come back, like, oh no, it's not real, I don't believe that, you just acknowledge it and know that maybe it's just addiction to an old emotion. Maybe these thoughts are just coming from an addiction to an old emotion that is a chemistry in your body that you've been feeling for such a long time, and you got so accustomed to it that you've started believing that you're it, but actually you're source. You're the particle of God, you're coming from God, from source, and you're still it. Just that you believe that you're something small. And I know these words will shift you because there's a part of you that believes, that knows who you are. And that's what it means, know thyself, know yourself. My friend, know yourself. That's what it means. So when you truly remember that you are the source, then you ask yourself, oh, if I'm the source, why am I creating lack? If I'm the source, why I'm complaining? If I'm the source, why I'm judging? If I'm the source, why I'm feeling so small? Because you've chosen to, because you've decided to. And you can decide to be different. You can decide to be aware. Yeah, awareness is a huge tool that you have right here. Yeah, you are aware, my friend. But it's so easy to become unconscious in this chaotic world, It's easy to become unconscious because there are so many attractive things that are pulling our attention away from us, and that's where we start projecting our energy out and we start losing it. We call it leakings of energy, right? So imagine imagine within you there's the source that is feeding a vessel, and this vessel now holds energy, and sometimes it gets empty, right? You know how it feels when you feel empty, but when it's filled, you also know how it feels. Now think about every time you're focusing on something outside of you, every time you're thinking about something outside of you, every time you're watching nonsense and distracting yourself with stuff and having unfinished projects and complaining about stuff, you're kind of drawing holes into that jar, and now the energy is leaking without even knowing. And then when you are empty, everything you've been focusing on just comes back as noise, and now this noise is echoing in the empty jar, and you feel like you can't shut off this mind of yours. Yeah, that's what happens. So then you try to pray and you try to be positive, and it doesn't work. It can't work if there's this echoing, because you have holes in your jar that needs to be filled. You need to fix that. Yeah, it's not about fixing yourself. It's firstly noticing what is making these holes, where your energy is leaking, where you're losing discipline, where you're forgetting that you are the source. At what moments in a day you forget that you're the source. Maybe you start your day with a meditation, with some powerful affirmations like, I am grateful, I am powerful, I am capable, I am abundance, I am confident, I am great, I can do great things, I'm creative, I can find solutions, I'm always guided, I'm always protected, and on and on and on. You have all these beautiful thoughts. Congratulations, my friend. This is powerful. But then you go through the day and something triggering happens and you forget that you're the source, and you start reacting and you start leaking your energy there, and then you feel bad and you look for ways to cope with feeling bad, and you grab your phone and you distract yourself, and then you start leaking your energy there and you feel more empty, and then something else happens that triggers you, and so on and so on, and you go into the negative spiral. How many times you experience that? Yeah, we all go through this. But then sooner you remember, I am the source. No, these things can't trouble me like that. No, I am in power. So if I am in power, I can be aware. So when I'm triggered, I can be aware, oh yeah, I'm triggered, but I'm okay. So let's deal with it in a more conscious way, in a more calm way. Let's train your nervous system. Let's train your body. How it is when you relax into something that used to trigger you, and actually bring gratitude to it. Like when you're paying bills, pay them with gratitude. I'm so successful, I can pay that. When someone who used to trigger you come to you, go there and be at peace, because you know that most of the problems that maybe that person has with you, maybe has nothing to do with you. Maybe it has everything to do with him or her. And just have compassion towards that person. This is called understanding. Now you understand circumstances in your life in a more holistic way. Yeah, it's not trying to be positive when you feel negative. No, it's actually bringing more awareness into you and noticing that as much as you feel whatever you feel, you're also the source of something way greater that is beneath all these feelings. And these feelings sometimes are like labels on the bottle. You know, you see a bottle with water, but let's say the whole bottle is filled with labels and stickers and, you know, everything. If you would look at the bottle, you would only see these labels. You would not know what's within it. That's how often emotions feel like. We become defined by it. We become identified with it, but we don't know that all it needs is to notice them, to allow ourselves to feel it, So it gets released, and then we notice what's beneath it. And beneath it is the infinite stream of creative life force that can be expressed through you in very beautiful ways. And because people don't allow themselves to go through emotions, they distract themselves from it, and then they run in circles. But I came here to remind you, you don't need to run in circles. You can actually evolve in spiral. Yes, by never allowing yourself to be controlled by emotions, never allowing yourself to be controlled by what you feel and what you think, but actually always slowing down and relaxing into whatever it is and just noticing, yeah, it's happening again, and stopping yourself there and see what kind of spiral can begin if you go back into the same reactive mechanism. And you can remind yourself, no, no, if I'm the source of this creative intelligence, if I'm part of it, if I'm coming from there, then let me hear what it would say to me for this situation. Let me hear what guidance would say to me at this particular moment, and just try to tune in, find quietness, and see what it would say. See what kind of advice it would give you right at this moment, and listen to it, follow it. Yeah, you will be surprised, because a synchronicity will follow, and it will show you that there's magic to it. There's magic to you. You're quite magical when you find it out, but it's not magic, it's actually science. It's just, yeah, not being consumed by the chemistry of the body, but actually noticing that by going deeper, you become the architect of your body, the architect of the chemistry of your body. You notice, even if your mentality gets reframed a little bit more constructively, like at times when you say, oh, bad things are happening, nothing changes, you find a way to reframe it. Like, I'm figuring this out. I always find a solution. I always grow through all the uncomfortable situations with ease. I always find a way. You recognize you feel way better. Your body feels better because you're not in resistance with what is happening. You accept it. So the thing is, more you evolve, more challenges will arise, because now you notice them. Before you didn't see it. Before you distracted yourself from it. Now you see it. So when you see it, you need to deal with it, right? But dealing with it doesn't need to be painful. Dealing with whatever is happening in your life can be creative. It can be a training for your attention, not to be reactive, but to be present with it. And more you become present with whatever is happening, more you will see that you always find out what to do at the right time. And that will gain you trust. When you build trust, nothing becomes scary or painful anymore, because you know that always at the right time, the right thought will find you, because this is a proof you're connected to source. It gives you nudges just when you need them. And when you receive them and use them, you experience a breakthrough. But then breakthroughs are these tiny little synchronicities that happen that get you through another thing that used to be challenging. So now you're not looking for big breakthroughs, now you're appreciating synchronicities, tiny synchronicities that happen that took you closer to understanding that you truly are quite incredible. And more you feel and know that you are incredible, more your sense of worthiness will rise, because you will notice your worthiness doesn't come out of what you have or how people see you. Your worthiness actually comes out of understanding how incredible you truly are, how unique you truly are, how beautiful you truly are, how smart and wise you truly are. So you stop measuring all these things by what's normal around you. You just start acknowledging that it's unique because it's yours. And more you truly acknowledge how unique you are, more you will be able to express it. More you will express it, less you will be afraid about expressing yourself. It's again training yourself to do what you love to do, or what you just want to do. And I know it sounds strange and it sounds like some positive thinking because you're dealing with some real things in your life, we all do. But I will still say it. Yeah, it's just much better to live in joy than to live in suffering. It's just much better to live in gratitude than to live in constant pain and doubt and worry. It's just much better, and I choose to live like that. And yeah, I have dark days. Just today, I had like half of a day I've been feeling very bad, and nothing would, put me into a state of gratitude. Like I would say, oh, nothing works out and I feel so bad and so on. And I allowed myself to feel that. But I was not a victim of it. I went painting. I went into the nature. And at one moment, I slowed down and I've started counting my blessings. Like I have roof above my head. I have clothes to wear. I have food to eat. I have a wonderful partner. I have a car. I can go wherever I want. So I've started counting my blessings, and suddenly, this electricity started flowing through my body, and suddenly I've noticed, oh, I've forgotten about appreciation. I've forgotten about gratitude in this moment. So my negative emotions took over, and I've forgotten about who I truly am. And this happens to all of us. So I'm not saying I'm always positive. No, I have dark days. I suffer as well sometimes because I'm resisting. But I use these tools and I shift myself. Firstly, I suffer, then I wake up, and then I remember where I've started suffering and why. But then I shift because I know that sometimes I'm just processing something and I need to allow myself to process it. I don't need to force it. I can process it. I can lay down with it, or I can just, do something that allows me to play creatively, like painting. And when I'm doing something like that, things become they make more sense. And when they make more sense, I write them down, I journal about it, I talk about it, and I get at peace with it. And then I notice I've grown. I found a new way. And once again, I got reminded, everything eventually unfolds as it should, because everything is already under greater control. And our job is just to get aligned with that stream as much as possible. It's not just go with the flow. It's noticing what truly is your flow, what puts you into the zone, into the flow state, and just do it at times when you need it the most. I will leave you here. I hope you found a great value in this message. I just needed to share this with you. So lots of blessings, love and power to all of you. Once again, big thanks to everyone for purchasing my art. With that, you're supporting the artist in me, which is truly grateful towards all of you. So thank you so much. Also join our Patreon community. All the links are in the description of this video, and YouTube membership to those of you who would love to support this channel or become the part of our community. Welcome there, my friends. Till next time, one love.